There's just so much power with just a good brush system. I mean, 27 miles per hour with that thing is pretty dang good. So as some of you know, we've been kind of on a bashing journey here lately, just really to have some fun here at home and also to have some fun with the dog. We went with things like the Typhon and Granite Grom, which were a little too small, and then when you hop them up, they become just insanely uncontrollable, especially in the grass. And we've gone as big as the Big Rock, which is a great truck. The dog can still manhandle it, but the power and just the sheer, weight of it could hurt the dog. So we have stepped into the Gorgon, which I could see why there were so many people talking about it when it came out last year. It's really an amazing truck. You can see by the looks of the body here, which has been shoe glued and duct taped. Hasn't split, but I definitely need to figure out a better way to make it a little less flimsy. But you can see we've been having an incredible time with this thing. And really, for the most part, we've been running it stock. I threw a fan on there, went up on like the pinion gear, a couple teeth, and plugged in the 2S LiPo. And we've been having a great time. I did order a brushless system, but honestly, I do not want this thing to be like the Groms, just out of control and super fast. The brushed is actually a perfect speed for the dog and for me and everything else, but we could always try to do a little bit better on it. The big thing about the system, running these stock electronics is that the ESC is kind of, it's not good. These parts have known to fail. Also, the radio that comes with it, there is a very weird trigger latency that kind of happens sometimes with it. So we're going to obviously be swapping out and using an Express LRS receiver. And I had a Hobbywing 1060 brushed speed controller laying around. And I figured if we were going to update that, why don't we try out a faster brushed motor? So we're going to throw in this Titan. Now the Arrma motor that it comes with is a 24 turn. So we're going to get a little bit more speed out of this, not a whole lot, but it should, with Traxxas quality, from all indications, hold up a lot better than this thing will. So we've done that. We've got like a couple 3D prints here to like kind of help mount everything. And if this ends up being too slow or we outgrow it or whatever, then we can always add that brushless system into it. So we are basically throwing about $100 at the Gorgon to see how much better we can do it. We'll go outside and I'll put the GPS on it because I know people want to know how fast it goes and all that kind of fun stuff. But I definitely would give this thing out of the box like 6 out of 5 stars. It is an amazing, amazing product, especially for the price. It runs so good. You'll see it when we do the running video. I'm sure you've seen a lot of it as well, but of course this isn't a paid advertisement or nothing else. So everything is installed and we'll show you that. We went through with the programming card because on the 1080 you do have options for things like punch and brake and freewheeling and Beck voltage if we ever put an HV servo in there, all that kind of fun stuff. And we've got everything ready to go here. You can see real simple mounting right there on the 3D printed platform. And we've got our power connector coming out underneath there. And I just went with a 15 tooth pinion, which is what we had on there before. We'll just start out with that and see how things go. And if it starts to thermal, or if I think it could use a little bit more punch or something, we can always gear up or gear down. But we're bound to the Radio Master and everything's been calibrated. So all we need to do now is just go outside and give it a run. There's just so much power with just a good brush system. 27 miles per hour with that thing is pretty dang good for a very little amount of money. Plus it's going to be super durable and you're not going to have to worry about things breaking. Let's see what we get in grass. 20 miles an hour in the grass. A little bit slower for sure. So we got a 2S 5200 light in this thing and just bombing it around. 22 tooth pinion. Always likes to land on its wheels. The wheels are real big and puffy. So that's super nice. The dog can grab onto them. They still have good stability. You start going any faster than this, then you're going to need things like gyros or vehicle control. Definitely could use a little bit more brake. Ah, such a beautiful night out. Now you can see the body has been caved in. Probably if I did another one, I would shoe and drywall tape the entire thing all the way down except for the top. Nothing's broke up there yet. This is of course all dog teeth marks and stuff like that, and he's biting on it and caving it in. It's the one downside about the things is that you got things that are exposed, but he hasn't bit nothing yet. I like that the body clips are like hidden away, and that way he can't get to those and accidentally get one of those in his mouth. Could probably stand for a little bit of suspension tuning, maybe a little bit thicker oil. Got the punch settings pretty much on medium with the Hobby Wing. You can see it still wheelies. Oh yeah, I do got a wheelie bar on there. That's the same one from the Big Rock. Any of the 3S wheelie bars. Right back on its wheels. Two-wheel drive, the thing sure does take a beating and just keeps on going. Nice jump. Express LRS system, don't have to worry about range. The latency issues are gone out of the remote. So now the brake and throttle and steering are totally responsive. There's no delay or hesitation.